What's up, fight fans? This is Kurtaville with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder and Tyson Fury. This is an update on the mediations. A lot of you guys have been waiting for an update, okay? And here's an update from WBN World Boxing News. This is really basically what's going on with that. Of course, we know that these guys are in mediation and they are they're waiting around to see what happens. But the whole problem is the COVID-19 is an unforeseen circumstance that nobody could have predicted. Then because of that, Wilder wants to contract to remain valid until a large crowd can be present on both sides, and together they can come out and make a deal. An outcome is expected by January as Fury attempts to still make a fight with Anthony Joshua. If that happens, Wilder could lose a multi-million-dollar payday, and legal litigation and a court case could follow. That is what is currently trying to be avoided. The WBN offered a solution where Wilder could fight Alexander Usyk in the co-feature of the first Fury and Joshua encounter. But judging by the recent UK pay-per-view offerings, a massive doubleheader of two huge matchups is highly unlikely to happen. Now, of course, initially the two encounters were on the table until Fury signed with Bob Arum as a deal with two bouts, okay, that was at the end of 2018. So they were going to sign a deal, which they eventually signed, for the two bouts. The third match is the second bout, okay? They've already fought once in 18, then again in this year of 2020, and then the third one would be the end of the saga, okay? So, the two. So I don't want to confuse people. Like the two more bouts are the two bouts before, or should I say after the first fight. Now, the solution to WBN, this could be a solution, but it is unlikely to happen for a lot of reasons. And let me explain why. For one, the idea of Wilder being on a damn undercard of Deontay Wilder versus Joshua is appalling. That's simple. The ego would get in the way. On top of the ego, then would come the politics. I don't know which one comes first. Okay, another reason for that is the politics. Okay, because Usyk's with Matchroom, Joshua's with Matchroom, Fury's with ESPN, which they're colliding. They're making this fight happen between the two. But who is the oddball? The oddball is Wilder with PBC, Fox, Showtime. There's no way in hell that Al Heyman's going to let that happen. Okay, he's not going to let that happen. He wants to make his own revenue for his own fighter. And especially when an experimental fight like Alexander Usyk. The reason why I call it experimental, because that's exactly what it is. You don't know what type of fight will produce with Alexander Usyk. Usyk could go in there and win every damn round and beat Wilder to a pulp. Or Usyk could get knocked out in the first 3 rounds by getting hit with that massive right hand of Wilder. Either way, it's still tricky. It's a tricky fight. It's not a guarantee on both sides. But Alexander Usyk has recently said he wanted it, as you guys know that. He said he wants to fight Deontay Wilder. But again, the solution to WBN, no, that's not going to happen. He's not going to share revenue with those guys. He's not going to be any co-main anything, especially under those two guys, which is his rivals. That'll make him look like the guy that has lost and And in Wilder's mind, he doesn't think of it as a loss. He's like, I didn't lose. I was cheated. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it to this day, right? So there's no way in hell he's going to come there and take the back seat to Joshua versus Fury. He's going to fight like the Dickens to make this done. But if he loses the mediation, all the other shit is going to come. But that's not going to stop Joshua and Fury from fighting. Okay, that's not going to stop anything. And I'm going to be the one to tell you. So it's going to be a lot of butthurt people. Now, if Wilder, again, is still obsessed and fixated on fighting Fury and not all these other fighters, it just shows that he hasn't got over the loss, or he hasn't accepted the loss, and he hasn't decided to move on with his career like he said that he was on that Brian Custer's interview. So all those names that he mentioned don't mean a fucking thing, because he's still fixated on fighting that one guy that wants to fight someone else. Okay? That said, that he won't even give him an opportunity because he was called a cheater, and he's appalled. Right? And that guy is Tyson Fury. So, you know, right now, they're still in mediation. So that's the update. But by January, we should know something. Okay? We should know what the outcome will be between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. So that tells you that this is a lot more complex than people thought it was, you know. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about this update and the possible solution from the WBN community. Please subscribe, leave your comments below, and you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.